Well, it looks like the Chefs just ran it in there to win the game over Detroit. Two unbeaten teams, the undefeated Detroit Lions. All right, well, we're here to talk about Cleveland and Baltimore. After the disappointing loss last week to the Rams, the Browns bounce right back. You know, the first possession of the game, things were not looking good, though. Cleveland gets the ball. They go 3 and out. The series ends with a sack. But then the defense, luckily, you know, as bad as the offense looked on that first possession, Baltimore's first possession, Cleveland defense shutting them down. Baltimore, I believe it was also a 3 and out. And then Cleveland comes back with the next possession, a 13-play drive, 8.5 minutes off the clock, 84 yards, overcoming even a couple of penalties. Penalties, you know, creeping up on them early in the game. Did not last, but it did not affect them. So that long drive ending with the Seals-Jones touchdown, 7-0 lead. Couple of big plays from old Seals-Jones today. I'm sure that's going to lead to a few people, you know, leaving a comment somewhere on YouTube or social media. David and joke who? All right, really, I was blaming that bad joke on other people, but I just really wanted to say it. And joke who? All right, enough of that. So in the second half, second quarter, they get a little tricky. OBJ on basically a triple reverse. Just unleashes the ball. You know, it would have been a nice play, although to avoid a tackle, he has to get rid of the ball a second later than he wanted to. Launches it 58 yards downfield to Ratley. You know, kind of a botched play from Ratley, really. You know, the play was botched altogether. Just the safety for Baltimore, I guess it was, and Ratley were both just standing around the 2-yard line waiting on the ball, but Ratley did go up. The ball just went right between his arms. So, you know, the play, you know, not that it was I don't know, I should have caught the fucking ball, really. You know, as bad as the play went, and it was just ultimately an incomplete pass for OBJ. So anyhow, they end up punting. Baltimore gets it together. They finally get a touchdown. Lamar Jackson throws one in, making it 7-7. Landry then takes a short pass, runs with it, stumbles for about 25 yards. The old deal where he's running and losing his balance and stumbling forward, maintains, somehow regroups, gets his footing, then stumbles again the final 10 yards. So about a 50-yard gain right there from Landry. Huge day from Landry. Left with a concussion, though. Hopefully that's not serious. Believe 8 catches, over 160 yards for Landry. No touchdowns. Baker over 340 yards today. Nick Chubb, haven't even got to him. Over 160 yards today. So the Browns do get a field goal after the big stumble run, catch play from Landry. Go 10-7. Getting the field goal before the half, taking the lead. Chubb comes out getting his first touchdown of the run early in the second half, 17-10. Baltimore, I believe they said it was their first turnover of the year. And then, boy, when it rains, it pours. Ingram giving the ball up. The Browns' defensive line, everybody today. Ogunjobi, Richardson, Lawrence, Olivier Vernon got a sack. Basically, everybody. Miles Garrett did not get his name called a whole lot today. He did jump off sides. Neutral zone infraction, another penalty on Garrett on the 2-point conversion that's still to come. But while we're sitting here talking about the defensive line, Lawrence even intercepting one, had a sack. Vernon got his first sack, I believe, as a Brown. Sheldon Richardson making tackles on wide receivers 10 yards downfield, man. Give it up for the big guy, Sheldon Richardson. You know, I wasn't sure about that signing, but seems to be a leader off the field. He's a badass on the field. You know, hadn't led to a lot of sacks or any sacks maybe from the big man, but he's getting it done. So then we go into the third quarter. You know, our Chubb got another big touchdown, 24-10 Cleveland, before we get to Baltimore scoring, making it 24-17, it would seem. But they decide to go for 2, making it 24-18 after an Andrews touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion. That's where Garrett jumped off sides. So it was like, oh no, now they can win the game with a touchdown. At this point, there's still a lot of time to go. But Nick Chubb kind of putting all, get out of here with that. The Brown, oh no, here we go again. Fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter with the lead, blowing it for the Browns. Not to happen today. Nick Chubb busts off an 88-yard touchdown run. The Browns then go for 2, getting sucked into the 2-point conversion. Well, it would have put them up by 14 if they got it. Unfortunately, they did not get it. 30-18 Browns. But then that led to just two Lamar Jackson interceptions. One, a nice interception by Whitehead in the end zone. Lawrence, the defensive lineman, picking one off after I think Whitehead in on that interception as well. He hit Jackson as Jackson was throwing it. What we got going over here? The Lions acting like they're going to do something? I don't think so. So then the Browns do tack on one more touchdown, going down to the 2-minute warning. Hilliard runs the ball in. Been nice to see Chubb in there. Actually, they had a nice mix today, 2 weeks ago, it was like not enough Chubb. Last week, it was like, dude, Chubb doesn't have to play every single snap. So this week, Hilliard back, getting a nice mix. Probably Chubb in there about 70% of the time. Hilliard getting the final touchdown, making it 40-18. Then Baltimore picks up a touchdown in trash time, unfortunately. Biggest mistake the Browns defense made all day. 40-25, final score. Lamar, they could have been worse. A few times Lamar Jackson bailed him out with his feet on third downs. Made a nice throw on third down at one point. A couple of bad throws as well. One on fourth down. They went for it on fourth, and just tough play for old Lamar. But overall, man, if they add just an absolute top-tier wide receiver, boy, they could be trouble. They don't want Antonio Brown, though. Let's not go there. All right, so 40-25 final score. I think I already said that. First place Cleveland Browns, 4 games into the season, a quarter of the way in. You'd have told me, hey, they're going to be in first place, tied with Baltimore. I'd have been pumped about that, and that is the case. Hopefully everything's all good with Landry. Offensive line played better. Still a few penalties in there today, a couple of false starts. Baker looked to get rid of the ball quicker. Not under a ton of pressure all day today from Baker. Freddie Kitchens, I don't know. What are they going to say now? What did he do wrong today? I felt like it was a pretty good coached game from old Coach Kitchens. Coach Kitchens. All right, guys. Boom. How about that? Me adding on to the accent. It's official. The chef's got them. I wonder what's going on with that. Buffalo was fixing to win. Trying to, anyhow. 16-10. Guess that's technically not fixing to win, but they had an opportunity.